Let's make this short and simple because I'm not going to waste my time. Like, I don't expect you to waste mine. Say you're an independent wrestler and you're watching this and you're not getting anywhere. Say you're a human being who's trying to lose weight and again, you're stuck, you're trapped. Let's say you're a person trying to navigate friendships and you have to look and analyze yourself and wonder, what am I doing wrong? Imagine you are that person that for 10 plus years you have a couple friends, but you really don't have that many. When people reach out, you kind of ignore them and you don't follow through. You have those goals you set for yourself, but what have you done to actually accomplish them? And at the end of the day, those friends you think they have, do they really actually have your back? See, on social media, you see posts all the time about when you're at your lowest, people are there for you. And I get it, man. What some people go through is the most horrific thing in the world, and some people like me weren't there for people like my family life when they went through things. But I want everybody to know, across the internet, I keep an eye on pretty much everything. And to be honest with you, I am fed up with people's attitudes, people's expectations, people's moaning and complaining. And to be honest with you, I am the example. I am, and you will enunciate that E, Eric Emmanuel, and that name was given to me by somebody and some people that I threw out some names. It's like you had to sign an NDA because it was a teamwork. Because teamwork makes the dream work. And I think back to relationships and people and social media and, oh, WWE 2K sucks. Or this, or that, or how come the game doesn't have this? And heck, I was guilty of it, man. I was one of those people that, I made a living from WWE video games. And I actually made a stream one day when the servers were constantly going down where I sat online in THQ and went, can we get online? Nope. Can we get online? Nope. And basically just attacked the devs. That was a dick move. I got a bad rap with THQ. Some people were like, that guy's a dick. Marcus went to bat for me. Some people saw through the rough edges of the guy that's a dick. And when eventually we constantly got flown out to events, I went out of my way to try to be a people person. I try to essentially be PR. I try to be somebody that talked to the brands, that understood a 5-year game plan. And it's not until you're in that position yourself, a guy that 2 years ago made a major change, had to, didn't have a choice, and 2 years later has got a full-time job for over a year and almost a half, literally is elevated to the top of his company, is respected and trusted by Amazon, still makes mistakes occasionally, but still is one of the best to do it. Not only that, from 500 to this, are you listening yet? Because when you're at your lowest and nobody's there, and when you're feeling that feeling in the bottom of your pit, it's only you who's going to keep you going. And I was able to keep myself going, and I always have been. Because I am an enigma. I am Eric Emmanuel. And that's just the cold, hard truth. I treat people with respect. I treat them kind. I try to treat them decently. I try to treat everybody equally or fairly. Whatever gets applied liberally in the situation. We all struggle, we all make mistakes. But when you're at your lowest and people aren't around you to help, when you're homeless at a campground, getting to live and feel and experience what it's like, and not one person from your old life reaches out to see what they can do. Homeless. People you help, people you got contracts for, people you help put money in the bank, people that you brought to events. Where were they when the going got tough? Well, they were chasing internet fads, and you can't be friends with that person or your business won't take off. Shady, slimy people. Find your friends, find your people, find your cause, find your purpose, and do not give up until you get it. I didn't just lose 300 pounds. Some would say I lost 150, and that was the biggest 150-pound loss I've ever faced. But the one thing I can tell you is through it all, no matter how hard it got, What would be harder is walking away. I don't fight or flight anymore. I fight. I'll leave the flights for when the companies see the value and go, you're worth flying out. Here's your ticket. I don't need to convince anybody. I have my peace. I have my purpose. And I have my plan. And frankly, if you don't see that, I built a community. I built an area of people who know my name. And it's not just a bunch of bots on the internet and social media that I'm chasing for clout, chasing fame. So those of you that are watching videos and you cut people out of your lives because your money or your income could be affected or your appearances on social media, there's going to be a reckoning coming for a lot of people. Attitudes, mentalities, the realization that the real world is a lot harder than the internet one. And I had to go in the last 2 years and put in the work in the real life, not the internet one. Until next time, I'm Eric Emmanuel, and no matter how hard it gets, you're never alone, especially with him. How did Sammy Sosa do it? Shout outs, big man.